In this video, we're going to calculate volumes of right prisms. If you're revising, pause the video and have a go at examples 1 and 2. The formula for the volume of a prism shown here is given in the first page of your examination. And to find the volume of a prism, you get the area of the cross-section multiplied by the length. So a prism can be described as any shape that has a section that stays consistent as you move throughout the length of the shape. If this cross-section gets bigger or smaller, it's not a prism. If it stays uniform, the same, then it is a prism. This does not have to be a triangle, it can be any shape at all. Let's see if we can apply that. In question 1, we have to find the volume if ABCF is a square. So we're told that this here section is a square. So immediately we can put on that it'll be 12 on the left-hand side. We can use the formula, V volume equals the area of the cross-section. I'm going to write A and then CS for cross-section times the length. Our cross-section is this bit indicated in grey. The length, straightforward to see then, it would be 80. What is the area of this cross-section? Well, it's made up of two shapes. A square here, to work out the area of, let's call that A, this one B. The area of A will be 12 by 12, so 144. The area of B is a trapezium, and you're also given that formula in your exam. You add the parallel sides, which is the 12 and the 22. You multiply that by the height, or to be more accurately, it's better to describe that as the distance between the parallel lines. Now, the whole shape's height is 20, and the square has a height of 12, which must mean the trapezium has a height of 20 minus 12, which is 8. So, you add the parallel sides, 12 and 22, which gives you 34. You multiply that by 8, and that gives you 272, and you have your answer, which gives 136. The area of the cross-section then is those two areas added together. And that gives 280. To then find the volume of that shape, it's the area of the cross-section, which we just found, 280, multiplied by the length, which we said already was 80. So 280 multiplied by 80 gives a volume of 22,400. And the units in this question are centimetres, so the volume would be centimetres cubed. In number 2, we've got to find the volume of this prism, which is a triangular prism. So the cross-section is this triangle here. So if we want to work out the area of the cross-section, it would be half times the base, which is 10, multiplied by the height. But I don't know the height of that triangle, it's not indicated, so I can't actually work out the area of that triangle. So you have to use some other information in the question. What do? You look at the isosceles triangle that's on the left-hand side, and that's naturally split in two by the height, which creates a right-angled triangle here, which has a hypotenuse of 13. And the base of the isosceles triangle is 10, so the base of the right-angled triangle will be half of that, which is 5. And we want to work out the height. For sake of avoiding hypotenuse and height and h used twice, I'm just going to call that x. So x for the height. Pythagoras' theorem says that the square of the hypotenuse, 13 squared, equals the sum of the square of the shorter two sides. Or 169 equals x squared plus 25. If you take 25 from both sides, you get x squared is 144. And if you square root x, sorry, if you square root x squared, you get x. So you square root 144 and you get 12. So the height of the triangle is 12. That's the height of the isosceles triangle and the height of the right angle triangle. So you can go back to finding the area of this isosceles triangle. Half times the base 10 times the height 12. And that gives you 60. Then to find the volume, it's a prism, so it's the area of that cross section times its length. It's 60 multiplied by how far back it goes, which is 8 centimeters. So that gives 480 centimeters cubed.